Thank you very much.
And my bad for not introducing those members we have present at the start. Representative Vic Boldiga, Representative Cleon Turner, Representative Dave Vieira, Representative Tafarin, unless he's a real new guy, I don't know. And there are some new ones. Linda Dean Campbell, my former Vice Chair of the Elections Affairs Committee, and a great job she does. Representative Dwyer, Representative Mike Brady, my co-chair, Senator Timothy. We will introduce other members as they come in, of course, the afternoon. We're joined by, I don't know who I saw first, so we'll give the benefit of the doubt to Representative David Webster.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the committee, thank you for allowing me to testify before the committee this afternoon. I am here actually in testifying in opposition to House Bill 665 and House Bill 1561. In essence, House Bill 665 would require that all those who own handguns to provide a list to appropriate law enforcement authorities when seeking their license of all handguns in their possession, and a certificate of insurance showing that they were insured in an amount of at least $250,000 before that they would be eligible to obtain their license to carry. I would suggest to the committee that this is an onerous burden to place on lawful citizens who own handguns. In the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we do have laws that are similar with respect to automobiles. We're required to carry minimum insurance requirements when one drives an automobile. Those limits of coverage at minimum are $20,000. So this is a highly restrictive proposal in my view, and again, seriously penalizes those who are lawfully carrying handguns. Secondly, House Bill 1551 would require that all handguns manufactured carry a serial number that's clearly visible and imprinted on a metal area of the gun. And additionally, with respect to semi-automatic handguns, it would require that there be a device that's installed inside the handgun that once the gun is fired would imprint a serial number, the same serial number that is the serial number on the gun would have to be imprinted on the carrying case of the bullet that's fired. And again, that I would suggest that this is an onerous requirement. It will increase the cost of handguns or semi-automatic weapons in particular to, again, those that are lawfully licensed to carry guns in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Now, I understand what the intent is behind both of these proposed bills, and they certainly are well intended. But once again, what's happening is, in order to try to curtail and curb the violence that we see not only here in Massachusetts, but we're seeing throughout our country, we're penalizing those that are not the culprits. Those that are firing handguns illegally in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, those that are injuring people, those that are breaking our laws, are doing it with weapons that are not illegal, that are not legal weapons. I would suggest to you that in the vast majority of cases, people that are misusing handguns are doing it with guns, are doing it when they don't have licenses to carry. If we suggest today, or if we truly believe today, that by requiring a serial number to be imprinted on a handgun, or requiring a device that would be included in the gun that would imprint the serial number on the carrying case when it's fired, if we really believe that that's going to happen, we're being fooled. Because we all know that those that have these guns illegally will remove the devices if they're installed in the gun that would imprint the serial number on the carrying case. They'll scratch off the serial number on the visible metal portion of the gun that we would require if we enacted this legislation. And again, the one that would pay the price would be the consumer who is initially purchasing the gun. That's not the way we are going to resolve the issues that we have with violence in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And finally, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, I would remind people of this. The Second Amendment reads in part that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
You're here.
Every single time we undertake to enact legislation and do enact legislation that erodes the rights of those that lawfully carry guns in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts or in the United States of America for that fact, we break that First Amendment. We clearly infringe upon those rights. Let's focus our efforts on finding other ways to punish, penalize, and imprison those that are carrying guns illegally, those that are hurting the citizens of the Commonwealth and the citizens of our country, rather than enacting legislation that won't curtail that violence, but will do nothing more than infringe the Second Amendment rights that lawful carriers have. Thank you very much for your testimony today.
Thank you. Any questions from the committee? Thank you, Representative.